Mounce, BBG, chapter 24, sentence 9, getting close to the end. All right. Obviously, first thing you got is a post-positive day. So you're going to pull that out to the front. And again, you should know pollen is again. And then opsimi, hopefully by now you've spent enough time with that freaky verb sheet that I gave you all that you'll know that harao goes to opsimi in the future. And that would make this a first person singular in the future from harao, and it's I will see. So, and again, I will see y'all, or you'd be free to pull this, to the end, of course, and say something like, and I will see y'all again. Then you're going to have the second clause, and we'll pull that out and deal with it separately. If you take that second clause, you see hey cardia, and you see that nominative singular, and you say, well, that's got to be my subject. So the heart of y'all, right? Even though they fronted the humon, it really does go with hey cardia. So y'all's heart, or the heart of y'all. And of course, when you're translating this, it gets obnoxious to keep saying y'all. So having translated y'all here, you don't necessarily have to carry it all the way through for people to know that you're dealing with a second plural. Feel free to go ahead and just translate this as your heart. But then you get to this verb and you kind of go, all right, what do I do with this? Well, hopefully you don't have to go too far before you say, well, I know the principle of the iota dropping out, and if I've got an iota in here, I'd have hyro, which is I rejoice. And then, if you wanted to make sure, you pull out your laminated sheet and you go over to hyro and you go, okay, what does that look like? Well, you move your way across and you look at the future and you see that it is haresomai, all right, which tells you also that it's deponent, which is why you have this passive ending, but you're not going to translate it passively because it's actually deponent in the future. So you've got a future deponent, and of course, the sigma should sort of clue you into that as well. And a third singular, which obviously lines up in terms of subject-verb agreement with hey cardia. So, and your heart, and then third singular, will rejoice. So because it's deponent, you're going to translate it actively, even though it's got the passive ending. So your heart will rejoice, and then take a look at this and see those news, and you say, well, for this third chunk of the sentence, you basically have your direct object up front, don't you? Because you have these news here, the joy of y'all, right, or your joy. But you're going to pull that to the end. So let's deal with the rest of the sentence, and then we'll come back to that direct object. Udes, no one, and hopefully you recognize that as a nominative singular, right? Not one or no one, right? So here, the unusual thing here is this is just a simple present tense verb. So from iro, which I take or I take away. And here, of course, OSA tells you that you're dealing with a third singular. So, no one takes, and that would give you a subject-verb agreement because you're looking for a third singular verb to line up with udes. So no one takes from y'all or from you. Again, it is a second plural, but feel free to, once you've translated something here as y'all, to just tell the reader that you're dealing with a second plural, or you all. Feel free to go with you in the rest of the cases, in the rest of the situations. So jumping back to the beginning, and I will see y'all again, and your heart will rejoice, and no one takes your joy from you.